Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I knew that sooner or later the French Foreign Legion will get deployed in Ukraine. We have Maria Zakharova here, the smart, ballsy Maria Zakharova, and very, very knowledgeable, telling us in a press conference, and that is from yesterday, if I remember correctly, where she tells us that the French got ready about 1,500 legionnaires, ready to be quickly deployed to Ukraine. So you see, the French don't even want to fight with their French nation. They'll pick up some from their neighborhoods in Paris, maybe. So let me show you here Maria Zakharova, and she's going to inform us about this possible 1,500 French foreign legionnaires being deployed there. They're ready. Ready? Teddy, let's go.
New information is emerging about Paris's preparation of a military contingent to be sent to Ukraine. For these purposes, the command of the French Foreign Legion in early March approved the composition of a battalion tactical group of about 1,500 people. It is expected that in April this group will be brought to a state of full combat readiness for rapid deployment to the Ukrainian theater of military operations. Alas, in the meantime, the French continue.
So, this was the information. This comes from Russian news, and no surprising whatsoever. Now, let's look back a little bit at the French leadership's statements. They said that they don't rule out anything, including deploying French troops in Ukraine. That was the first thing. They could take that into consideration. Then Macron said, I think it was Macron saying, well, those troops, or Le Cornu, could be deployed on the northern part of Ukraine at the border with Belarus, and I'm going to show you where. And they said in order to allow the Ukrainians to move their forces from, let me show you, from here, right here, from here, the northern part of Ukraine. Belarus is this part right here. So they said, we're going to deploy them right here as peacekeeping forces so the Ukrainians can take their troops and send them right here to fight the invading Russian hordes. Now, my question was all the time, okay, you deploy them here as a peacekeeping whatever, not mandated by United Nations, by the way. So what if the Russians decide to come right over to Belarus? What are these guys going to do? Well, I'm not going to invite them towards Kiev or Poland's Lutsk or Poland's Lviv or Lvov, are they? No, they're going to shoot. What do you think the Russians will do? I think they will send a few missiles to Paris, just as a warning. Well, is that a possibility? Yeah, I think it's a 100% possibility. It's a probability. I wouldn't take a chance on that. I wouldn't risk it. So this is what this guy said. We're going to do this. We're going to deploy them over there. The Russians said, well, you need about 2 minutes to get ready in Paris if we launch a missile attack on Paris, a nuclear missile attack. And these guys were like, oh, what? What are you talking about? And then Mr. Le Cornu, the defense minister of the French Nation, République, called Mr. Shoigu. And Mr. Shoigu said, hey, buddy, were your services, special services, involved in the attack in Crocus Concert Hall in Moscow? How dare you? Remember Greta? Hansel and Gretel. Remember? And he said, how dare you? No, we weren't. And Shoigu said, well, if you guys deploy troops, French troops in Ukraine, that's not going to be good. It's going to create problems for France overall. Not French troops, France. And Le Cornu went immediately to Mr. What's his name, Macron Lou. Macron Lou went to Brigitte Bardot and said, well, let me check it out. What do you think I should do, mommy? And she said, well, I don't know, talk to Biden. Biden is busy sleeping. He's 23 hours and 45 minutes a day. So Macron said, I'm going to go in front of everybody. I'm going to say, I'm going to be upset about it. So Macron came out and said, that's unacceptable. We can't have that. And the Russians said, okay, well, don't bring your fuckers in Ukraine. Now they're going to bring the foreign legionnaires. Or at least they are ready, Teddy Freddy. So what do you think the French will do? I personally have some gut feelings that the French legionnaires are already there, have been there for some time, at least 2 years. And not only that, as volunteers, as special troops, as trainers, as advisors, as they are over there. Not only the French. So 1,500 legionnaires are going to fight for France against what? The evil Russians, right? Or no, they're gonna just make sure it's peace in Ukraine. So what do you think the Russians will do? I think they're gonna, if they can, will hit the French Foreign Legion, and maybe, I don't know, they're gonna hit some French interests somewhere around the world, not only in Africa. Remember, what's going on right now in Africa is because of Russia. It's not because, unfortunately, the African people said, well, we want to be free. No, we want to be free, but you get the Russians in. That's why I said many times, my African friends, freedom, liberty. That's what you need. Don't push those guys out and get them in. I mean, yeah, sometimes you have to play like this, but, well, I don't know. We'll see what's going to be with this contingent of rapid force 1,500 legionnaires. Then, if you deploy them over there, I'm guessing the Russians can deploy them somewhere, I don't know, in French areas around the world. Well, we'll see. At this point, this is what Maria Zakharova said. It doesn't mean that that's accurate. That's according to her. Nevertheless, at least to me, as of now, the Russians have been consistent. So when they said something, usually that happened, good or bad. So at least even if Zakharova would just BS right here, everybody, you should take into consideration this. I don't think there should be BS whatsoever. I mean, even what was that, Estonian, I covered it, I think yesterday or the day before. It was the Estonian or Latvian, one of the Baltic states. He was a foreign minister. And he said that all NATO countries have troops in Ukraine as of now. So there's no surprise. NATO wants to create a, whatever they call it, a NATO contingent, NATO mission in Ukraine to coordinate better their activities in Ukraine. Do you think are just going to be over there people with no guns? They're not going to be troops. I mean, CIA have been running over there wild. Do you think? I mean, come on. It's just these guys here are still bullshitting us, and unfortunately, we have baboons who really believe that. Oh my God, yeah, that's Ukraine fighting alone, lonely against the evil Russians, and we're just helping them because we're good-hearted, aren't we? Yeah. All right, my friends, here it is. I think they are ready to deploy them more than I think they are, and the Russians will unfortunately destroy them, and we'll see if they're going to give a sign to the French people, unfortunately, because they have some imbeciles, I would call them maybe even traitors, leading their nation. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.